Cher is 78 years old, but she still turns heads like it's 1989. The pop queen doesn't just make hits that go to the top of the charts. She's also living her best life in a beautiful home with Alexander A.E. Edwards, who is much younger than her. The room they share is just as bold and glam as she is, mixing classic luxury with a twist of the unexpected. Want to know where one of the biggest names in music sleeps these days? Let's take a look inside Cher's very private and beautiful home, Italian Renaissance villa in Malibu. Cher's Malibu villa, which sits on top of a cliff and looks out over the Pacific Ocean, is more than just a house. Her unique artistic vision and love of luxurious, classic design come together in this building. This 16,000 square foot sanctuary is the perfect mix of luxury and peace. It combines her own style with the grand elegance of Italian Renaissance building. The house, which Cher designed with her longtime designer Ron Wilson, shows how famous Cher is around the world, how sophisticated her taste is, and how much she wants a private place to get away from it all. The architecture of the house says a lot about Cher's style, which is both bold and elegant. This building is a strong but beautiful example of classical style, with strong influences from the Italian Renaissance. It looks like one of Italy's grand castles, with its wide arches, tall columns, and stately proportions. Still, it is clear that it is a modern method. The house has a luxurious, almost otherworldly feel because it is made of things like bush-hammered travertine, hand-carved marble, and stamped copper ceilings. The rough surface of the travertine gives it a sense of lasting sturdiness, while still giving off an air of refinement. The marble that was carefully shaped and polished by skilled workers gives the room a soft grace that goes well with the building's more rugged parts. One thing that really stands out about the house is how well the Gothic Revival chandeliers are used. They hang from vaulted ceilings like big works of art. With their intricate ironwork and dramatic lighting, these chandeliers add a touch of old-world grace to the room, while also feeling very modern because they draw attention to how big the house is. They were put with great care to show off how big the rooms are and make the house feel cozy, even though it's very big. It's clear that no detail was missed in the design of the house from the moment you walk in. Cher loves combining beauty and utility, and each room is carefully designed to show this. The room is big without being showy. It's the right mix of comfort and luxury. The house is very bright because the windows are placed in a way that lets in a lot of light and lets you see the Pacific Ocean. The unique touch of Cher is clear throughout. There are views of the ocean from every room in the house, so you can always see the beautiful coastline. There is a place where the natural beauty and the built beauty of the building blend together perfectly. It's not just about style that the rooms inside are designed with. The open-plan living areas are meant to be both useful for hosting parties and very private, giving Cher the peace and quiet she was looking for in her hideaway. The rooms flow into each other naturally, and there are huge windows that let you see the ocean all the time. The infinity edge pool makes it look like the pool and the ocean are one, so you can see the water below without any breaks. The villa has a beautiful feature that lets the outside world into the house and reminds the people who live there of the beautiful nature around them. Having lush landscaping that was carefully planned by Cher herself rounds out the experience of living in the house. Cher, who was known for being artistic and creative, paid close attention to every part of the grounds, making sure that the gardens would offer both peace and beauty. She picked plants and features that would look good with the natural setting. There is lots of lush grass and bright flowers that bloom against the Pacific Ocean. The outdoor areas were made so that Cher could take a break from her public persona and enjoy the peace and quiet of her house for a moment of reflection. People would feel calm as they walked through the garden because of the way the structured parts of the gardening work with the wild beauty of the land beyond the property. Because of how the house is built, Cher can really connect with nature. while still having complete privacy. The singer often calls her house her refuge and fortress, which shows how important it is to her. It's a safe place for her to get away from the stress of the entertainment business and relax in her own area, away from the public eye. It is a fortress not only because it is strong, but also because it can keep her safe from the pressures of fame and the outside world. Cher has always been known for being strong-willed and hungry to make her own way in the world. This house is the same. It's proof of her skill at making a safe place for herself that is exactly what she imagined home should be like. She found a place to be creative, rest, and get ready for the next day in this building masterpiece. It shows not only her personal style, but also her desire for peace, beauty, and a close connection to nature. Many important events in Cher's life have happened at the Malibu house over the years. In the middle of the chaos of fame, she has found peace here, made memories she will always treasure, and gotten ideas. As a refuge, it gives her a place to go away to her own world, where she can think, relax, and find comfort in the peaceful beauty around her. Because Cher has a lot of different jobs and is always in the public eye, the house is still her favorite place to relax and recharge. It has everything she needs to stay balanced and healthy. A Moroccan-style home in Beverly Hills. Cher wanted to make a house in the 1970s that was both luxurious and reminded people of the rough beauty of California. She bought 4 acres of land in Beverly Hills and set out to create a 20,000 square foot estate that would be both a safe place for her and a reflection of her unique style, which is a mix of natural and sophisticated elements. This property, which later became famous on its own, showed Cher's personal style and her skill at making a place that was both connected to nature and decorated with luxury. The main house, a huge building that reflected Cher's love of what she called plush rusticity, was the center of the estate. It was a way of designing that mixed rough, earthy materials like those found in traditional country homes with smooth, high-end finishes. The end result was a beautiful, warm room that felt both big and small. The main house had big stone terraces that connected the house to the environment without any problems. With their wide views of the hills and rivers around, these terraces were made to make the most of the estate's natural beauty. A big part of the design was the stonework, which was both strong and elegant. It gave the house a sense of permanence and security, and let it fit in with the natural features of the land. Cher kept her theme of rustic luxury going inside the house. Inside, there were wood-burning stoves that kept the rooms warm and added a touch of old-fashioned charm. As you moved through the house, these fires became not only useful features, but also the center of attention in the large living rooms. The big beam ceilings gave the house a light and airy feel, and the rough, natural wood finishes went well with the country theme. The beams, which were often dark and dramatic, looked great against the lighter walls around them, making a tension that was both striking and welcoming. Even though these parts of the design looked country, the house was still very fancy. Rich textures and fine furniture were carefully chosen to make the room feel warm and inviting, while also showing off wealth and style. The home was made to feel comfortable, with big, soft sofas and hand-woven rugs. It also had a smart artistic edge with an art collection that Cher personally put together. Cher's home was both a place to live and a reflection of her personal style. It was also a place where she could get away from the stresses of fame and enjoy the peace and quiet of her private life. Along with the main house, the land had a separate 7,000 square foot guest house with a completely different but still beautiful design. The Moroccan tiles on the floors and walls of the guest house made it feel like a relaxing vacation spot in a different world. The tiles were carefully made to show off the geometric shapes and bright colors that are typical of Moroccan design. They stood out against the more muted colors of the main house and made it look more interesting. Guest house felt real and strongly connected to its Moroccan influences because of how carefully these tiles were placed. It was the vaulted ceilings that made the guest house stand out. They gave the room a sense of grandeur. With their fine details, these ceilings added depth and texture to the rooms, drawing the eye upward and making them feel even bigger. Another interesting thing about the guest house was the hand-carved wooden doors that went inside. Rich, dark wood was used to make these doors, which had intricate carvings that told stories and gave the impression of old-world artistry. They made a dramatic entry to the guest house, which set the mood for what was inside. This house was more than just a place for Cher to live. It also gave her a place to enjoy her love of horses. To do that, she planned and built a beautiful equestrian center on the land. Cher could fully enjoy her love of horses at the center, which had stables and riding grounds. The equestrian center was carefully added to the bigger estate. Its design showed the same level of luxury and attention to detail as the rest of the property. The stables were big and well-designed, with large stalls that gave the horses plenty of room to move around. The riding paths wound through the estate's lush landscape and gave Cher a peaceful place to get away to nature. She could enjoy both the beauty of nature and her horseback riding. Cher's home in Beverly Hills was a beautiful mix of wealth, nature, and her own style. It was both a place to relax and get ideas. She could host people in style, and it was also a safe place for her to get away from the attention of everyone else. Using natural materials like stone and wood, along with fancy ones like Moroccan tilework and vaulted ceilings, made the space feel balanced and classy. New York City triplex loft shares her bold style, which mixes the old and the new, is shown by her home in New York City, which is located between the artsy neighborhoods of Soho and Greenwich Village. The 4,500-square-foot triplex has a prehistoric futuristic look that goes beyond what most people think of as interior design. The apartment goes against the very idea of what a home can be by combining parts of the past and the far future into a space that is both classic and cutting edge. The apartment's design, which is based on a prehistoric futuristic idea, shows Cher's creative way of thinking about living areas. She worked closely with the planners to make an area that was both useful and very artistic, combining ideas from many different sources. The flat looks like it's in between two different worlds at first glance, one with sleek modern lines and cutting-edge design features living alongside ancient objects and stone elements from a very long time ago. As a result, the space feels both primitive and otherworldly. It has a style where the past, present, and future all work well together. The faux stone walls and ceilings in Cher's apartment are one of the most striking things about it. They give it a sense of timelessness, while also giving it a surprising, almost magical feel. These stone-like surfaces make me think of old cave homes or prehistoric monuments, but they are made in a way that feels very modern. The pattern of the fake stone isn't just for looks. It ties together the different parts of the apartment and rooms visually, and also makes a dramatic background for the furniture and art inside. In sticking with the idea of mixing old and new, Cher filled her home with antiques and custom-made furniture that show off her wide range of tastes. The old pieces, which often come from different countries and times, give the room more depth and personality. These items, which include statues and carvings with a lot of detail, show that Cher values history and workmanship. Each piece feels like a gem that was picked out with great care, like it was taken from a long time ago to connect different times. The furniture was specially made to go with the apartment's bold design choices. It has a mix of sleek modernism and natural, earthy touches that go with the ancient theme. The custom pieces are sculptures with strange shapes and forms that make you think of the future while still having the soft feel of natural materials, of course. When it comes to structure, Cher's triplex is one of a kind. The living, dining, and kitchen areas on the second floor are all open to each other, making for a large, airy space that's great for both relaxing and having fun. The open floor plan makes it easy for people to move between the different areas, and the fake stone walls add a striking visual texture. The flat always feels alive and active thanks to the large windows that let in lots of natural light. The open eating area is a great place for friends and family to get together and share meals while taking in the dramatic yet warm design of the apartment. People all over the world connected with the song's strong message of self-reflection and nostalgia, and the music video that went with it, which showed Cher in a memorable outfit on a Navy battleship, became an important part of culture. The song's popularity helped Cher's music career get back on track, making her a major figure in the music business again. In the 1980s, Cher moved from being a famous musician to an actress, and both careers were just as successful and well-reviewed. In 1983, she played the lead role in Silkwood, a movie based on the true story of Karen Silkwood, who blew the whistle at a plutonium processing plant. Cher's role as a working-class woman who was trying to find the truth won her a lot of praise and was the start of her great acting career. In the 2980s and 1990s, she continued to give great performances in movies like Mask, 1985, in which she played a mother raising a son with a severe facial deformity, and The Witches of Eastwick, 1987, in which she played one of three women who catch the attention of a mysterious man. In the 1987 movie Moonrock, Cher got the Oscar for Best Actress. In the movie, she played an Italian-American widow who falls in love with her fiancé's brother. The movie did well at the box office and with critics. It also won Cher one of the most prestigious awards in the movie business and cemented her image as a serious actress. Her Oscar win showed how talented she was in many areas. She could easily switch from music to movies, which wasn't easy for many people. During this time, she also appeared in the important movie Mermaids, 1990, in which she played a strange and unusual mother of two girls, showing how versatile and broad she is as an actress. What do you think about Cher? Please tell us what you think in the box below. We hope this video is helpful for you. Kindly click like, share, and subscribe if you enjoy the video. Glad you watched, and see you in the next film. Thank you.